All right, you guys, let's get ready to do some math apps. This is going to be awesome. These apps are going to help with multiplication and division, which is so incredibly awesome. So on the practice problems that you're going to do, it's going to be on a Google slide deck, and you're going to have your own copy to save to your own Chromebook. So when you go through the Google slide deck, you're going to have this guy right here is First Math app, and this one, if I click there, is the Number Line app. And this number line app is so cool. So right away, you'll see that you could have your number line in whole numbers, fractions, decimals, no numbers. Maybe you want no tick marks. Maybe you want the spacing to be bigger, really big, or smaller, right? I like mine smaller because I like a lot of numbers on there. And maybe you don't want it to start at 0. Maybe you want it to start at a different number. For me and what I'm doing with multiplication, and for you, we'd want it to start at 0. Okay, so that's that part. You can play around with some of the other features here. I'm going to show you this one right here. So if I use the pen and I am doing a problem like 4 times, let's say 7, okay? That means I need 4 groups of 7. So I'm going to use this tool right here. It's a jumper. I'm going to make a jump. And this jump I'm going to have start at 0. Well, do I want my jump to be 5? No, I want it to be 7. So guess what? I just drag it over and say I want it to be 7. There it is. But I don't just want one group of 7. I want 4 groups of 7. So I can just go down here and put plus another one, right? There's 2 groups of 7, 3 groups of 7, and 4 groups of 7. If you're like, I don't really like that question mark there, I want it to actually be the number of how big that jump is, then go through and write those in for yourself, okay? So I have 7 and I have another jump of 7. So now I have my 4 groups of 7, which I'm going to go back to my pen and say that it landed all the way on 28. Whoa! And I really love this and I want to share it out with people. So I'm going to go down here and click the share button, the little square with a arrow coming out of it, and you could save the image to your Chromebook. You could share a link with someone. You could share a code for people to use this key and type in that code, and we can all look at your beautiful work. For today, I'm going to copy this image. This is the one I like best, and up will pop what's going to be copied. Oh, I love that. Okay, so then it says to right-click the image. So I'm going to right-click it. I could save it again to my Chromebook, or I could just copy the image. I'm going to go back to my slide deck and I'm going to click in there, right click, and put paste. And now I have what I just did on the Number Line app. Isn't that amazing? Just say yes. So it really is. So now there is one problem. You could do another, okay? Another app to look at is called the Number Pieces app. Now this is like pieces of numbers. We have ones, we have tens, we have hundreds, we have number line looking things. Play around with it. I'm going to show you this, another problem to try and do, okay? So I'm going to look at, let's say, let's go with 4 times 6, okay? So that means 4 groups of 6. Well, what am I going to need to grab? I'm going to need to grab over here 6 pieces because I don't want 10. I only want 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right, there's my group of 6. That took forever. So I definitely don't want to bring over 4 groups of 6. So here is a trick. You're going to take your arrow, and you are going to hold on to your mouse button or your left click, and you're going to circle this thing. It's more like an oval. When I circle it and I let go, oh, it didn't work that time. Sometimes that'll happen. I'm going to do it again. Circle. Do it again. It's going to work. There. Now they're all shaded. And what's good about that is that I can go down here and hit this double square button, and up will say the word duplicate. I'm going to duplicate that. Look at that. And now I have 2 groups of 6. But I want another 3 groups of 6. And then I want another 4 groups of 6. There it is. I have my 4 groups of 6 picture right here in a tiled array. Another really cool thing is to say, well, I didn't really see it when I counted this. I actually didn't see it as 4 groups of 6. I actually took this part right here off in my mind, and I'm gonna make that a different color. Whoa! So now, instead of seeing it as a huge 4 groups of 6, I took this part, the 6, and I split it up into 5 and 1 more, because I like factors of 5. So my 4 groups of 6 became a 5 by 4. So I have a 4 by 5 right here in yellow, and I could even change my color and say that that part is the yellow part right here. And then plus, now I have a green part, so I could change that to green. You could make yours look neater. But here's the green part, and that part is a 4 by 1. And that let me easily count this into 20 and 4 more, which gives me my total amount of 24. Now I share that out. I'm not going to press the key button because that's where I put in a code to see someone else's work, right? I'm going to go here, and I am going to save the image if I want, share a link. I could share a code with someone or the teacher. I'm just going to copy that image. That's what I like to do. Right click, copy image, and then paste it for all to see. Whoa! Another app is the Partial Product Finder. And there it is. Whoa, we have a multiplication problem that's shown in an array. Now, 5 by 5 is shown here, but let's say we do another 1 by 1 digit. That's a tougher one, like 7 times 8. And I make that one. Now this will go up to a 50 by 50, but we're just looking at 1 digit by 1 digit right here. Now here's my 7 by 8. Now what's really cool about the Partial Product Finder is I can take this arrow and I can move it. And why would I do that? Because I can see the answer to 7 by 8 better if I think in terms of a group of 5s. So there's all these groups of 5s. How many of them? 8. There it is. And then I have a double fact right there. So it's easier for me to split it up this way, decompose it this way. If you're like, well, 5 by 8 is what answer? Well, I can look over here and have them show it to me right here. So here's my 5 by 8, it's 40. My 2 by 8 is 16, and together that is 56. Now there's no share button, so I don't have to freak out. I just have to learn how to share a screenshot. So the screenshot, I've provided a video right here for you to link out and see how to do a screenshot on your Chromebook. So let's take a look at it together. You're going to hit the control and the switch window. Boom, and you have a screenshot. And it's going to save it to your download folder. So you'll have to find it there. If you just want to capture a portion of your screen, there's 3 buttons, Control, Shift, and then that same switch window. Okay? And then up's going to come, little rectangle, and then you have to make it however big you want it. Okay? So that is the video for you if you need to rewatch on how to take a screenshot. All right? I'm going to keep moving on. Another thing you can do, this is not an app, but it is in Google Slides. Maybe you like using ratio tables. So to find the table feature, I'm going to go to Insert, and I'm going to go to Table. And I'm going to make a 2 by, let's say, 4. Okay? And I don't like it that big, so I'm going to make it half that size. And I'm going to say over here, let's say I'm trying to figure out 3 times 7. Okay? Well, I know 1 group of 7 will be 7. 2 groups of 7 is 14. And then 3 groups of 7 is 21. And I have myself a ratio table to share. Another way to share what you're thinking is using an open area model, which is going to be kind of the simplest one. You're just using the shape feature, and the shape that you're going to use is a rectangle. And I'm going to make that rectangle to represent a certain problem I'm trying to figure out. So let's say, again, I'm trying to do 3 times 7, and I just know that that's 21 because I could type in here, that's a 3, and then I'd have a 7 up here. So this one's very similar to the tiled array, but we don't see any tiles, okay? It's just open. That's what we call it, open. So now there are 2 problems for you to try out. Go ahead and listen to those if you need to, and you're going to use any of these math apps or a table, a ratio table, or an open area model, and take that picture and share it out right here, okay? All right, have fun learning these apps and Google Slides and how you can solve math problems with them.